this is Arthur Migliazza. I'm here playing the Donner OURA 300 and they just sent it to me. I put it together. Actually, they didn't send me the instruction manual, which was kind of funny. It wasn't in the box, but just looking at the picture, I was able to put it together. So not too hard. This case is wood, very nice touch, makes it a little heavier. This is not wood, this is metal. Hollow aluminum, I'm guessing, but it's kind of finished to look like wood. The most important thing though, it sounds good. It sounds good, and I'm impressed. The first one they sent me was a little too tinny sounding. The second one was a little boomy in the bass. This one, they've got the sound figured out. It's still coming out of speakers underneath, so it's not blasting right in your face. It gives it a more kind of natural sound in the room, which is what I think it was designed for. It's definitely not a stage piano, but with the speakers coming out from the bottom, the sound is able to disperse a little bit before it hits your ears. I think it gives it kind of more of an illusion of an acoustic experience. The keys are not so heavy as they were in the other two. They feel a little more natural. On the website, it kind of boasts that it's got a real piano feel, kind of hammer action. I'm not exactly sure what that means, but it does not feel like a hammer action to me. It's missing that little release at the bottom of a normal keystroke with the acoustic piano. And you know, there's always a little bit of more resistance coming up because nothing the action has not released when you push it down like it does on a real piano. So for someone like me who's trained their technique to kind of relax and rely on that weightlessness of pushing the key all the way down, this doesn't feel like that. It's still easy to play. Definitely easier than the last two that they sent me. So I actually like the feel of the keys. It's not a real piano, so don't expect it to be. But it feels like it sounds, and it sounds good and it feels good. To me, that's more important, because in my mind, a keyboard is never going to sound or play like a real piano. It's always going to be a little different. To me, it's does the feeling correlate to what I'm hearing? So like if I push it quietly, softly, is the sound, do I have a lot of dynamic range? And this one, you know, it's limited. It's not a piano. It's definitely not a grand piano. It's not even an upright piano. But it responds what I think is appropriately. So it makes it fun to play. And I've been spending a few days playing on this now, even with the headphones in. You hook in the headphones down here, and it's got a great sound through the headphones. So you can get nice warm tones for denser chords, you know, like you can hear all that interplay between the overtones, or enough, you know, you can hear it enough. So classic Donner, right? There's no screen, there's no buttons really. There's a function button, there's an on button, and there's a volume knob. The function button allows you, if you hold it down, allows you to push different keys, and they're written here below the keys what they do. So for example, if I want to transpose the key, if I want to make C sound like a D, I hold this. So here's a D. I hold this, push D, and now my C sounds like a D. You can change the voice. It's got a few different voices, like electric keyboard. I think there's like guitars, there's organ, strings. I don't usually mess with that stuff, except for fun. Usually kids mess with that more than I do. There's some demo songs. There's a way to turn off the local sounds, meaning the sounds coming from here, if you're using this as a MIDI controller. And there is Bluetooth You can turn the Bluetooth on and off if you want to connect a device and use this as your speaker so you can play along with things. The one thing it is missing is that, I'm not sure why, but there's no reverb. You can't put reverb on this. You can't add chorus either to any of the sounds. Not sure why they left those out, but maybe they wanted to make it more like an acoustic piano experience. If you're looking for that stuff, it's not here. But it's got a great internal sound. It's got 3 pedals. It's got the sustain pedal on the right. It's got a pedal in the middle where if you're playing I forget what this pedal's called, but you're holding down notes, hold that pedal down, and it just sustains the ones that you already played. Oops. I'm not that kind of piano player. I've never used that pedal. The left one is just, it's a damper, or it moves the hammers closer to the strings on a real piano, so it makes it softer. It's a soft pedal. The outputs are pretty limited. It's got a sustain pedal input, which I'm not really sure why. There's an auxiliary in and an auxiliary out. There's also a MIDI input. So pretty limited, right? This is not a studio piano. This is not a stage piano, but it's a good in-home piano. It's got a great sound, actually. I like it. I like it. I would get one. And I was prepared to not say that, but I was pleasantly surprised, actually. I think the price tag is somewhere around $1,000, which is not nothing, but it could be a good alternative to a real piano. Now, if you're a professional, obviously, if you need a real piano, this is not it. You wouldn't even be watching this. But it's a good alternative if you're starting to take piano lessons, or even if you're an intermediate piano player. You can get a lot of work done on this. I didn't mention this before, but there is this little ridge here where you can put sheet music. So if you want to learn how to play boogie woogie piano, you can get this book, put it right here, and play. I want to say thanks again to Donna for sending me this. It's the OURA R300. It's a great option. I like it. It's my favorite of the ones they've sent me so far, and so I think I'm going to keep this in my house. Thank you, Donna.